Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this July the 28th, 2024. I'm hoping everybody had a great Sunday out there so far. Everybody had a great Sunday evening. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in tonight's video, we're going to be talking about your forecast for Monday and Tuesday. Also, the weather radar across the nation as well. The current watches warning advisory map, the storm prediction center outlook for your Monday, and also take a look at the tropics as we have a 40% chance of development in the western tropical Atlantic near the Caribbean islands around the Jamaica, Cuba, um, uh, Haiti, Dominican Republic, Leeward Island areas. We'll be discussing that as well. Alright, if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe. Also like these videos, share these videos, and let's go and get you on the road there, folks. Alright, you can see here we got the thunderstorms and showers from up here in Maine to Pennsylvania to the Carolinas, down to the Florida Keys, back to a portion of Louisiana and Texas, stretching up to Indiana, up toward the Great Lakes region around Michigan, Wisconsin, to Minnesota, to the Dakotas, also in a portion of Nebraska, same over toward Arizona, New Mexico, and also northern western areas of Mexico. Shower activity across South Canada, stretching down in the portion of Montana, Idaho, Washington, Oregon State, coastal waters there as well. Also the thunderstorms and showers also along the coastal Atlantic coastal waters and also a portion of the Gulf of Mexico. We got heavy rain and flash flooding over portions of Ohio down to Kentucky, down to western South Carolina and northern Georgia. Alright, otherwise dry high pressure in charge of Newfoundland, New Brunswick, much of Canada, down toward Montana, the western U.S., the Gulf of California, back over to Texas, also into areas of Mexico, the Yucatan Peninsula, Jamaica, Cuba, and the Bahamas. All of these activities for your Monday, July 29th. Alright, here's your Tuesday forecast. As you can see, we got thunderstorms and showers from up here from New Brunswick to Maine, all the way to the Carolinas, down to the Florida Keys, including the coastal waters of the Atlantic, Gulf of Mexico, stretching toward Louisiana, Alabama, up toward the Great Lakes region from Wisconsin to Michigan to Minnesota, southern Canada as well, also through the Dakotas, Nebraska, back to Montana, also Idaho and southwestern areas of Canada. Some shower activity there as well, stretching down into Washington and northern Oregon states, also a portion of Colorado down in New Mexico, Arizona, and flooding over a portion of Ohio back into Kentucky, West Virginia, and also North Carolina, northeastern Tennessee. Alright, otherwise dry high pressure in charge of much of Newfoundland, also portions of New Brunswick, much of Canada, the western U.S., portions of the central U.S., the Gulf of California, much of Mexico, the Yucatan Peninsula, Jamaica, Cuba, and the Bahamas. All of these activities for your Tuesday, July the 30th. Alright, here's the current weather radar across the nation. We got some shower activity over here around the Long Island region, also in the coastal waters, stretching back into Boston and Connecticut region. Some down here across portion of Florida, also back into the western Carolinas, also Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, a little bit southeast Texas. More activity over portion of northern Mexico, also in New Mexico and Arizona, also into Kentucky, back into Tennessee, up toward portion of Michigan. Also in the portion of Illinois back to Minnesota, also Iowa. Scattered activity elsewhere from through the Dakotas back to Montana, also Wyoming, and a little bit over into Oregon State. Some moving into Washington State as well later on tonight. Okay, we got a lot of heat advisories for central U.S. from up here in Iowa to Illinois to Missouri to portions of Kentucky, Mississippi, portions of Alabama, Louisiana, portions of Arkansas, northern Texas, also into portions of Oklahoma, same in portions of Kansas, a little bit of Nebraska. Says of heat warnings there as well. Says of heat watches also for portions of Kansas. Says of heat warnings also in effect for portions of Illinois and portions of Missouri. We have a few pockets of flash flood warnings across Georgia, Alabama, also in southern Illinois. We have some air quality alerts reporting in Pennsylvania and Ohio. Some river flood warnings also in effect for portions and flood advisories there as well for eastern North Carolina. And again over a portion of middle Tennessee, also a portion of Illinois region as well, and also Mississippi. And more flood warning is also in effect for southeast Texas. Special weather statements, flood warnings to the south Arizona. Also, we have some pockets of red flag warnings here in portions of California, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, and portions of Utah as well. More air quality alerts for you guys in Colorado through Washington, Oregon State, and Idaho. Special weather statements also in effect for you guys in Wyoming. Western small craft advisories up here for portions of Maine down toward the Long Island region of New York State, a little bit down toward Southern California, the Alaska chain island, south. Got a few small craft advisories to the south, central, north looks good. Some around the Alaska areas, hydro issues inland. All right, move on to the Storm Prediction Center Outlook page. This is for your Monday. We have a marginal risk from up here from near La Crosse area of Wisconsin. Same down toward Louisville, Kentucky. Same over here from portions of Valentine to just west of Fargo. We have a slight risk around the Aberdeen area and Pierre and Valentine area of Nebraska and also through the Dakotas. Elsewhere, general thunderstorms in the lighter green, stretching from Maine to Florida, back to Louisiana, same over to West Texas, back in Arizona and New Mexico, and far north as Minnesota. Alright, let's take a look at the tornado probability. We have a 2% for portions of Illinois, Indiana, and portions of Kentucky. Damage and winds, we have 5% for the Dakotas down in the portions of Nebraska, 15% across the areas of the Dakotas, 5% from portions of areas of Wisconsin all the way into portions of Kentucky. Alright, let's take a look at the large hail. Well, 5% around the Iowa region through Illinois and portions of Indiana. Same through the Dakotas down to portions of Nebraska. And we have a 15% in a significant area across the Dakotas for our large hail. Alright, let's finally wrap it up with the tropics. Alright, you can see here we have a 0% chance of development. This is the area right here. That is right here across just northeast of South America. This one has 0%, but when it gets over toward the Leeward Islands, back in toward the Florida, Bahamas, and Cuba, and the Dominican Republic, Haiti area, it has a 40% chance of development. Would not be surprised to see this become our next tropical storm, which will become Tropical Storm Debbie if it gets the name. In fact, I do think it will become a name. And as it has continued to the west, would not be surprised to see it. It could even reach hurricane status. Would not be surprised at that as well. So we'll continue to monitor that. But right now it has a 40% chance of development in the orange area, stretching from Florida back toward the Leeward Islands. So you need to keep a close eye on this situation if you live in these regions. Alright, well, hope everybody enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe if you have not. We'll catch you back in the next video, so enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Take care, and we'll catch you back in the next video.